Welcome to Knowsley Road, St Helens, for the final of the Lancashire Cup between Wigan and Salford. This promises to be a very good game indeed, and who better to talk about it but the voice of rugby league, Mr. Ray French. Ray, it really promises to be a very good game.
I think it does, because you've got two sides who are both for open rugby. Salford this season, well, currently second in the league, an absolute revelation, Alan. I've seen him play 3 times. I've been very, very impressed with the style of the game and the fluency of the game, and especially the lad Peter Williams. I know he's Wigan born, and I think, you know, that at one stage Wigan were eyeing him up, but this lad is a really good footballer.
But the Wigan side, of course, is a very strong side, Ray. Would you fancy that their internationals will just tip the balance in their way?
Well, I think it's a good thing for Wigan that Steve Hampson, Joe Lydon and Andy Gregory are fit, because Wigan, to my mind, in the last few weeks have been lacking a little bit of pace, a little bit of inventiveness in their game. As much as I've seen Salford and as much as I've seen them play well, I think the pack is a little on the light side. Although I must confess, Alan, I haven't yet seen this lad Mark Horrow and I haven't yet seen this Peter Brown in. I think actually the Wigan pack is bigger, stronger, possibly more physical, and if it played as it did the other Wednesday night against Widnes, I think it could hold the trump. And of course behind, well, you've got Ellery Hanley, haven't you?
So in fact you're tipping a Wigan win then, Ray?
Well, I understand this video is for Wigan, and I know how much they love me in Wigan, but on this occasion I will. But I don't think it will be as easy as many Wiganers think. I'll go for a score around about 19 points to 12.
Thanks so much, Ray. And the very large crowd here today being entertained by the Scottish Pipe Band here, and certainly enjoying the atmosphere at Knowsley Road, St Helens. The team news then, good news for Wigan. Steve Hampson's in at fullback. He came through the 18 game on Friday night. He's fit again. And Joe Lydon comes on the left wing. Andy Gregory resumes at scrum half, so he's back to full fitness. That means Ellery Hanley switches to loose forward, and Dennis Betts, man of the match last week, goes to substitute at 15. On the Salford side, Peter Williams, the ex-England Rugby Union international, comes in at full-back for Steve Gibson, whereas Adrian Handley makes his first final appearance on the left wing. Paul Shaw, the Aussie, is at 6, and here we've got Peter Brown at 10 and Mark Horrow, 2 New Zealand players, and certainly adding to the New Zealand influence in the game today. And here are the two teams being led out. First of all, Salford by their chairman, John Wilkinson, and Wigan by Jack Hilton. The two teams before this game, and coach Kevin Ashcroft at the front there for Salford, and at the back there we've got Graham Lowe on the Wigan side. And here we can see the Wigan side being presented by Mr. Jack Hilton to the Lancashire president and the Lancashire officials. So the two captains there have tossed up, Peter Williams and Sean Ebbs. It looks as if Salford, who are playing in their second strip because of the clash of colours obviously, and Salford will be kicking off, playing in blue jerseys with the gold stripes. It's Wigan in their traditional cherry and hoops. Referee Kevin Allett, the referee for the Scroonharler Lancashire Cup final 1988. We're ready to go. Referee Allett blows his whistle, and Mick Warrow gets the game in motion for Salford with that left-footed kick downfield. Fantastic crowd here, tremendous atmosphere, probably a capacity crowd of 23,000. Remember, Wigan going for a record 19th success in this competition. Salford have won it on 5 previous occasions, the last one back in 1972-73. Referee Mr. Allett penalising Wigan there for an offence at the play the ball, holding on to the marker. A chance for 2 points in the first minute of this game for Salford. And in fact Peter Brown is indicating that he is going to kick for goal. So although Ken Jones is back in the side, it looks as if Brown is going to do the goal kicking. The pitch in excellent condition here, no slippery underfoot at all. We had some rain earlier in the week, but the ground in perfect conditions for open rugby, as Peter Brown, the New Zealand prop, lines his kick up. Right-footed, he kicks that one wide of the right-hand post. A let off for Wigan, but still no score. That was in the just second minute of play here. Defence had to play the ball, but Brown just wide with the kick. So it's going to be a dropout from the 25. Joe Lydon back to fitness after that damaged hamstring. Kicks it deep to the Australian Paul Shaw from Manly. He's made quite an influence on this Salford side. The fast, elusive player. And there's Brown being tackled by Adrian Shelford, his opposite number, and Ian Lucas. So you can sense the atmosphere here, the crowd getting on their toes already, and certainly the Salford people want to encourage their side. Salford had little success over the last few years, but here in the final, and showing that they can move the ball wide, and stretching Wigan on that left-hand side, but good defence there from Kevin Iro. Cairns on the last tackle. That seemed to have been touched by Gregory, but it's certainly going to be a scrum on the 25. Referee Allott points to the Wigan side, so it's going to be a Wigan feed. And the scrimmage is going to be very important. I think both sides have got enough attacking flair to score tries from the scrimmage, as long as decent possession can be won. And there you can see Ellery Hanley, of course, playing at loose forward. The midfield triangle of Hanley, Edwards and Gregory, the international triangle. But that's been won against the head as Hadley comes in from the wing. This big, strong Welsh winger drives forward, and there's Shaw showing the pace that has delighted the Salford fans. Now it's Wigan to defend as Salford have the overlap on this right-hand side, but there the ball dropped by Mark Horrow. Another New Zealander in the Salford side. So a chance for Wigan to recover. We lost that first scrummage ball. Gregory will feed again. And this time it's been won, but it's a penalty for offside. Mr. Allard says on the far side. Loose forward, Mark Horrow breaking too quickly. Lydon to fine touch, right-footed, good kick from Joe Lydon. Takes play into the Salford half. And there goes Ian Lucas, aggressive running. Feature of the Salford, of Wigan's play in fact, over the last few matches have been the running of these two powerful props, Ian Lucas and Adrian Shelford. And that looked like a knock-on. In fact, referee Allard has said play on. So after two very strong drives, rather wayward passing from Wigan there as the ball goes to ground and Hanley recovers. Edwards kick deep. First touch of the game from Peter Williams. Comes off his right foot. Tries to sidestep through, but Andy Platt and Kevin Arrow, two strong defenders there, take the tackle. Salford in possession. Their two halfbacks are renowned for distributing the ball wide out. And certainly if they both play the sort of style of rugby they're capable of, we should see an entertaining game. A fine tackle from Dean Bell. Spotting the overlap, timed his tackle to perfection there. And every time Tex Evans gets the ball on this right wing, I'm sure there's going to be a buzz of excitement, because he's strong and he's powerful. Brown drives the ball downfield, but Hampson, playing his first full game for over a month, having played in the Alliance on Friday night. He had that injury to the thigh when they played against Barrow and really has been struggling to gain fitness since then. Here's Gregory, back again also after injury. Distribution to Shelford. Shelford finds his New Zealand counterpart, Kevin Iro, but Salford defence good. A massive red and white here at Knowsley Road. Both sets of supporters, of course, in their traditional colours of red and white, and that's a testing kick for Evans. Well juggled but well won, as Evans makes that ball available inside to the supporting shore. And already in the first few moments we've seen some fine play from this Australian number 6 playing for Salford. Now that would have been a chance possibly for a pick-up from Hanley if the ball hadn't gone into touch, but good defence from Wigan and really enterprising play from Salford. This promises to be a very exciting match, and I'm sure the crowd are going to get their money's worth today. So Gregory to feed the scrum once more, as Cairns waits on the Salford side. That's a better scrummage ball. Good play between the half-backs, but Shaw equal to the task. A set move from Wigan there as Hanley came out of the pack. Herbert covering well for Salford there as Lydon took that ball on the overlap outside. 2 second row forwards combining onto Iro. Iro's in the gap, he finds his brother inside. Great tackling from Salford, but just short of that line is Tony Iro. Defence up quickly for Salford as Wigan try to keep the ball alive. The ball goes down. So almost a try there for Tony Iro. Desperate defence from Salford as Platt hit the gap there. Kevin Iro, strong, powerful centre, found his brother Tony inside, but just held short of the line. Exciting play here at Knowsley Road. Gregory quick round the scrum there onto David Cairns. The penalty, says Mr. Allard. Not allowing him to play the ball. That seems rather harsh, but still the referee is the sole judge of play. So Brown relieves the pressure for Salford. And it looks as if Peter Brown, the New Zealand prop, has taken over all the kicking duties. He's finding touch. He's also kicking for goal. As Salford drive, 2 straight drives from the tap. Brown takes the second one. And now the wide ball, it seems, but offside. Mr. Allard, he's obviously keen to keep people back, particularly in the early stages of this game. Well, Brown not going to attempt for goal. He's going to find touch on that side and put the pressure back onto Wigan as we approach the Wigan 25. This time it's Worrell driving forward, but he finds no way to go there as Shelford meets him in the tackle. Brown sidesteps off the right foot, finds support inside, but Worrell tackled by Goodway. But that ball's gone forward, so we've obviously seen the capabilities of this New Zealand prop. Brown making that ball available in the tackle, and their supporting was Mick Worrell, but the ball went to ground. That's come out on the Salford side, but kicked through, and Tony Iro dives on the ball. And Sampson gets into the action. If anything, the Wigan strength and composure should count for a great deal in this final. Salford, of course, short of success over the last few years. But there's one player who's met success, Peter Williams. He's been a success in rugby union and now a success in rugby league in his second season, basically. Signed by Salford at the end of last season. And there's another former rugby union player, Adrian Handley. Perhaps not the quickest of wings, but certainly strong. And another penalty, says Mr. Allard. So certainly Wigan not pleasing Mr. Allard at the moment, that we've had a succession of penalties against the Wigan side as Brown again drives that ball upfield. We've had just 11 minutes play here. Play has swung from end to end. At the moment it's Salford attacking the Wigan line, 10 yards short, setting up one of their planned moves as Brown tries to go on his own, looking for support, trying to offload the ball, but that, I think, is a penalty, says Mr. Allett. Yes, not playing the ball with the foot. Peter Brown looking at the referee, but referee Kevin Allett having none of it as Ellery Hanley finds touch on the Wigan 25. And Wigan will keep their composure, as we seem to have a succession of rugby balls on the field at various stages. And there's the dummy runner on the right, and Platt taking it on the left hand side, driving forward. Now the set move, the run around and the switch of play to Hanley. A good Salford defence. Hanley gets the ball back to Dean Bell, but again Salford defending well. Gregory this time to kicks upfield. Williams chases back and finds Bentley in support on that side, and Bentley certainly has pace. Oh, nearly an interception from Lydon, but Evans takes the ball. Lydon recovers well. Could have been 4 points if Lydon had taken the ball, but good recovery from the Wigan winger as he got back to tackle Evans. Game body up a little bit here now. The pace hotting up. Gregory into the tackle on the second occasion. Good defensive play from him. He's going again. Bentley's elusive and got pace, but can't get past Dermot and Edwards. And there is Ken Jones in the action, but again Lydon shows his skill and ability. A fine take by the left wing on this left hand side. Bell is strong, pushes off Moran, but has to take Herbert's tackle. Andy Platt looking for support. Dermot there, but Platt not able to get it away. Dermot got the ball out well to Lucas. Lucas looking for support and finds Hanley. Hanley with lots of Salford supporters around, but still strong enough to make good yardage forward as Edwards come in to kick. That's a good kick. That's right-footed. That's punched the ball 40 yards upfield and taken the play into the Salford 25. A chance then for David Cairns, when Mr. Allett is satisfied with the scrimmage, for the first time to put the ball in for Salford. Almost a quarter of an hour's play. Dermot getting his foot to that one, but not quite getting it back. As Williams sells the dummy to Bell and Hampson and streaks through. Hanley covers well. Great defence from Hanley, but good play from Williams. The Wigan having desperately to come back as Salford show the adventure that they've shown all season. And that's been getting their crowd back to 6,000, and a good number of them here today. Good attacking play from them, from 5 yards from their own line. That's confidence for you. But Wigan defending well. Tries to go outside Hanley. He gets the ball away to Hadley on that wing, but Iro equal to the task there. No problem against the former Welsh winger as Iro drops the ball, knocks it down. Wigan moving it wide, good way. He's got pace, finds Bell, and Lydon's in the clear here. Bentley covers across, just enough pace to catch hold of Joe Lydon. Former teammates at Widnes, but Wigan still in possession as Shelford drives forward and offloads in the tackle. There's Gregory in space, Hanley in support, inside to Iro. A bad ball, goes down to the floor though. So the enterprise and the overlap there just failing as that pass went to ground on that right hand side. But certainly if the pace of this game is maintained, there's going to be at least 26 very tired players here at the end of the match. That's a free kick, says Mr. Allett. An offence against the front row. So another let off for Salford there as Wigan had pushed up to the 25. If anything, the wind slightly behind Wigan, but the slope with Salford as they set the move up with Herbert driving forward into Lucas and Dermot. A fairly standard 2 drives from Salford. This seems to be the pattern of their play from the tap penalties. 2 drive, then a move wide out. The linesman's on the field, the referee's playing on. There's an overlap on this side as Jones comes inside. Now referee Allett has actually spotted the touch judge on the field. He's going across to have a look. And there seems to be an infringement at the play of the ball. It's indicating a knee. Peter Brown it was, on all accounts, who committed the offence. Referee Allett had explained to him what happened. That's a penalty to Wigan. So with just 17 minutes play gone, no score here at St Helens, but plenty of excitement and plenty of action, and really some superb rugby from both sides. As Wigan set this tap up, good way it is, who takes the drive on that short side, almost bursts through Herbert's tackle. Now it's Shelford's turn. Shelford, strong and aggressive, gets rid of the ball in the tackle. Gregory trying to find that gap, trying to find supporting runners, but Shaw just gets hold of the Great Britain scrum half. Lydon had come inside there, so there's Hampson. Ball having had to be switched back inside. Lydon punches the ball upfield. That looks a great kick. That's a fine kick from Joe Lydon, punching the ball into that corner. A precision kick from the Wigan left wing. It was Salford who made 50 yards from the corresponding sub last time, but this time Evans met by Ellery Hanley and Sean Edwards. Shaw sells the dummy, but has to come back inside, and there's Hanley again, mopping up. No support for Shaw. The Wigan desperately covering there as Salford had the overlap, but Bell quick to recover from it. And he makes a fine tackle, and again another tackle as the two New Zealanders drive back Salford into their own 25. This time it's Jones kicking downfield. Hampson across as ever. Certainly Steve Hampson had his fair share of injuries in the time he's been at Wigan, but this is one final he has made. The ball was ripped out of Iroh's grasp, but a knock on there by Mark Moran. That means it's going to be a scrum down. In fact, it was Ian Gormley who knocked on. It's still a scrum down. Andy Gregory to feed. And a good ball there, but Gregory goes right and Hampson and Edwards were on the left. But still Wigan in possession, building up the play here as they move it through two pairs of hands. A good way finding Diverty and breaking through. The ball goes to ground but picked up by Bell. But Lucas drives in, tries to set the play up, sucking in the Salford defenders. And now we've got the move on wide out. The two halfbacks combined. Edwards finds a gap. Beautiful break from the international player. Finds Ira on the right hand side. Ira on to Hanley. Hanley going wide. Just managed to stay in play. What a superb break from Edwards there. Still not quite finishing it off though, but Wigan in possession. It's close to the line. Shelford 5 yards out on the last tackle. Gregory puts the little chip through, but it only goes as far as Shaw. And Hampson was across on this left-hand side for what has become one of Wigan's set moves. When Hampson, who's a superb taker of the ball, comes and jumps high on the bomb, but that time it was the grubber. Well, Salford now in possession, trying to drive out and penetrate this Wigan defence. They've made just a couple of breaks, but that's all against a very tight Wigan defence. As Hampson takes the ball on the burst again, looking for the gap. And Wigan moving wide on the first tackle as Bell tries to go around Bentley. Brings Lydon his side, but Evans makes the tackle. Wigan resetting the play up now. They need to reorganise the troops, and the two half-backs are there in position now, organising play. There's Gregory. Shelford hits the gap but also finds Cairns. And Gregory gets away from Moran's tackle. A knock on there from Herbert. That could be back to one. And in fact, Herbert picks it up. It was certainly played by a Wigan player. And that is a penalty against a tackle from Steve Hampson. Referee Allett wanting to have a word with Steve Hampson about that tackle. While he looks at Paul Shaw, the clock is stopped. Shaw is down, but whether it's play acting or not, we shall soon see. The sin bin offence, Steve Hampson it is, going off the field now. Sin bin for 10 minutes for that high tackle on Paul Shaw. And certainly that took some considerable time for referee Allett to make that decision. Whether he was influenced by the injury to Shaw or not, we will not know. But Shaw it is who's down there, still receiving treatment. Let's get back slowly to his feet. And it's going to be Peter Brown to line up only the second attempt at goal after just 24 minutes play. He missed that first kick, went to the right-hand side of the post. This one is almost dead centre, 35 yards out. Right-footed, Peter Brown, big, strong prop forward. He kicks that one, but that's not been timed, but he's going over. It flops over the post. Peter Brown opens the scoring for Salford in this final. Salford in the lead by 2 points to 0. As Lydon prepares to kick off for Wigan, right-footed downfield. Finds Peter Williams, who's looking safe and sure at the back. He well tackled by Gregory and Platt. Gormley trying to find the gap there and gets through the tackle of Andy Platt, but good recovery from Shelford. I think Worrell gets out of the tackle as well. Certainly Salford playing with great inspiration at the moment. Shaw seems to have recovered from that tackle. Quickly back into the play. Brown kicks over the top. Hampson off the field. Edwards gone back to full-back. The ball goes ahead. Referee Allett says no offence. That's going to be a drop out under the post. But good play from Salford, and certainly if they can cash in while Wigan are down to 12 men, then it's going to be hard work for the Central Park boys. Lydon dropping out from under the post. And there is Peter Brown back in possession. He's just made that fine break. He drives aggressively forward. Salford keeping the ball alive. Worrell in the line, and Salford have the overlap on that side with Horrell, but Hanley, great cover from the loose forward. Salford in Wigan's 25. Wigan defending with just 12 men. Shaw puts Steve Herbert infield, but that ball knocked down, and Edwards recovers well at the back. So good attacking play from Salford, but also good defence from Wigan as Lydon finds a gap. Lucas hits it up hard. But Salford playing in their first cup final for 15 years. Defending well, even against the likes of Salford and Lucas. Platt finds the gap with that great ball from Gregory. Offside, says Mr. Allett. Not 5 yards, so a chance for Wigan once again to build up possession. As Lydon bangs that ball downfield, a fine kick once more. Certainly his kicking out of the hand in this game so far has been excellent. Lots of penetration, deep kicks. Wigan in the 25, setting the move up here now. We've had one drive to the middle, there's the second drive. Iro in support, but the ball goes down. Lucas trying to find the supporting player, Kevin Iro, but the ball went down on the floor. That, I think, may well be a penalty. No, in fact, it's just to play the ball, says Mr. Allett, so we're playing on. The tackle was made in field. And Salford perhaps tiring a little bit here. But they've got their men wide out here. Certainly they could have moved it wide, but Jones calling for the ball, and he's pumped that ball downfield. That's a fine kick from Ken Jones, but Edwards is across there. Has no real support with him, so has to go on his own. Salford up in numbers following that Jones kick. As the New Zealanders work the move, Iro comes across field, just across, tries to straighten up. But good shepherding from the Salford defence, and here good defence again from Salford as Wigan seem desperate to know what to do. Gregory kicks over the top, Cairns across to cover, Williams picks it up but runs into his own man, and Platt up in support of the kick. Gregory appealing for obstruction. Remember, Wigan still down to 12 men. The Shaw tries to find the gap. Bell in quickly on Bentley, but Bentley offloads well to Worrell. And certainly Salford keeping the ball alive here now, attacking in the Wigan 25. Herbert driving forward, he turns to try and offload. But Edwards keeps his man down. Herbert on the floor, plays the ball to Worrell. Worrell tries a drop goal, that's over. 3-0 to Salford. The drop goal from second row forward Mick Worrell puts them in the lead. We've had just over half an hour's play, and the score is Salford 3, Wigan 0. The play momentarily stopped there. As you can see, referee Kevin Lennell is about to restart the game. We see hooker Mark Moran, who seems to have miraculously recovered from that injury as he sprinted back. That bounces in field, that's a drop out under the post. That was a mistake by Salford, and perhaps Peter Williams' inexperience there. He let that ball bounce, he let it go dead. Of course, in rugby union that would have been a drop out from the 25, but in rugby league it's a drop out from the goal line. And so 25 yards lost for Salford as Brown drops out well into the Wigan half, but Lydon takes it and almost tries through Shaw's tackle. Wigan attacking. Bell with the switch of play, trying to offload. Dermot, an acting halfback, feeds Lucas. Lucas hits the gap, looking for support. Now the move on wide out. Platt and Gregory with the runaround. Shelford hits the gap. Although the overlap was there, it was good defence from Wigan. Salford recovering well as Sedgwood finds the gap. Looking inside, Lydon was there, but a fine tackle from Cairns. On the last tackle, Lydon pumps the ball high. Up goes Platt, up goes Edwards, Williams, there's Gregory, the ball's on the floor. Knocked forward, says referee Kevin Allett. A fine kick from Lydon there. Put all sorts of pressure on that Salford defence. The ball came back, but Gregory knocked on and the chance was lost. The Wigan crowd just behind this scrimmage, really shouting their team on. As Gregory feeds, and there's Hanley outside him, but there's Iro. Iro will score. A great try from the New Zealand centre. Gregory it was who ran away from the base of the scrum. Hanley was there as the foil, and there outside on the right hand side taking the pass was New Zealand international Kevin Iro. Kevin Iro's strength took him over to put Wigan into the lead. 4 points to 3 after just half an hour's play. It's Kevin Iro about to convert his own try. From the right hand side, 10 yards in from touch, right footed. He kicks it high, it looks good, that's over. Wigan stretched the lead by a further 2 points. Salford 3, Wigan 6 is the score, and Hampson comes onto the field. He served his 10-minute sin bin for that high tackle on Paul Shaw. So Wigan back to full strength and leading by 6 points to 3. Tony hits the gap. Big, strong, aggressive New Zealand winger. And Shelford, another one. Now, can that put some inspiration into Wigan's play? They've been frustrated by excellent Salford defence so far, but that was an inspired move from the base of the scrum. And Lydon once more pumps that ball upfield. What a mammoth kick. And that bounced into the far side. Hadley gets across there, and Williams recovers to keep it in play. So that fine kick from Joe Lydon has pumped the ball from 125 to the other. And Wigan pushing the Salford team backwards now. As Herbert takes it up for Salford. Back to Brown. Brown the same as Lydon, but this time he finds Lydon. Lydon looks midfield. Hampson had come left, Lydon dummied and went on that right hand side. As Bell steps out of Shaw's tackle and keeps those legs pumping in the tackle, and that's what made the yardage. And Edwards sees the gap. Morrow recovers quickly. That looked like an aggressive tackle. Edwards walks away, but the tackle was illegal. Referee Allard says that's a penalty to Wigan. A chance to kick a goal perhaps. Edwards indicates that it's going to go for goal, and Iro comes across to attempt. So Iro successful with that conversion from his own try. Lines up his second kick of the afternoon. Just 3 or 4 minutes before the half-time hooter. This 2 points would certainly be a tonic for Wigan. Just 3 points ahead at the moment. And 5 points would be a nice cushion to go into at half-time. Iro, right-footed, hits it well, hits it high. That's a mammoth kick. That's a wonderful kick from Kevin Iro. Wigan 8, Salford 3. 3 minutes to half-time. Salford kick off. That's short. Goodway comes across. And despite the pressure of Peter Brown, secures that ball. And Shelford drives away from acting halfback. And certainly so far both sides defended very well indeed, and at the same time they've been looking to offload the ball, as Goodway did then, but unfortunately pass was blocked and Edwards not quite able to get into that gap. But there's another fine kick for Wigan. A beautiful kick, placed just 10 yards into the Salford 25. That's going to be a scrum down and a chance again for Wigan to put pressure on this Salford team. Cairns feeds, pops out of the back of the scrimmage. Gregory's quickly round, but Williams, in fact Hadley it is, who picks it up, covering across from that left wing, but he takes Hanley's tackle. And Shaw moving the ball wide inside, 5 yards to his own line. Williams again sells the dummy, but good recovery. Gormley finds Edwards. A good recovery from Andy Platt there. Dean Bell and Lydon into the act as well. The eagerness of the Wigan tackling. Lucas seemed to go high as Shaw ducked down, but it would be difficult for Lucas to go that low, and Shaw was about 3 inches off the floor as Jones weaves his way across the field, but to no avail as Goodway brings off a fine tackle. Here's Brown into the action once again. Put that one high. Hampson uncharacteristically drops it, but it goes backwards. Hampson on his own has to take the tackle of Evans. As Wigan reassemble their line, reorganising play. Goodway's one out, but Dermot goes on his own and then finds Platt, but Platt, the ball goes down and Salford have got possession. They're keeping it alive on this right hand side, but Gormley goes back and there's an overlap on the left hand side now. Worrell finds Andy Platt though, but Wigan having to defend now in the last couple of minutes of this half as Horrow takes a beautiful ball from Shaw. Shaw takes the return. Great defence from Wigan. They've recovered. There's still an overlap on this side. Bentley finds Brown. Brown dives for the line. Wonderful defence from Adrian Shelford and Andy Platt. It looks almost certain that they will score. And that's dropped by Cairns. That'll be a scrum. Referee Allett stops the play for the injury to Dean Bell. And Keith Mills on the field there behind that group of players. So Bell injured in that frantic bit of play there as the tackling was made by himself and Joe Lydon as Shaw took that ball from Mark Horrow. Bell looking a little bit dazed there. But we have on the bench two very capable deputies, Jed Byrne at 14 and Dennis Betts, who had a fine game last weekend in the second row. Many permutations, of course, that Graham Lowe could actually put into this side. There's so many good players who can play in so many different positions. And Bell looking still a little bit groggy there. He wants to stay on. Hander comes across to see how he is, but no, we're playing on. Gregory will feed the scrummage. That comes out on the Wigan side. And Gregory it is who takes the ball forward himself. The little pocket battleship drives forward. And Goodway takes it on. Good play from Wigan as they drive out of their own 25. Edwards hands on to Shelford, but Shelford having to take the tackle and not running with any real authority on that occasion. Most unusual, he's been running really powerfully. And there's one man, Lucas, who is as well. But certainly Horrow tightened up this defence, as he shows there in taking Edwards on the last tackle. Dermot back to Lydon. Lydon with that siege gun kick again. Pokes that ball back. And Hadley and Williams have to scramble back almost to their own line. Up quickly is the Wigan defensive line. Hadley takes the tackle. And certainly those kicks from Joe Lydon have taken play way downfield on many occasions this first half as the hooter goes for half-time. Just the one try scored by Kevin Iro. Wigan leading here at St Helens against Salford in the Lancashire Cup final by 8 points to 3. So the crowd eagerly awaiting this second half, a very tense first half with Wigan just getting the solitary try to put them in the lead at half-time by 8 points to 3. And referee Kevin Allett is going to restart the game off. He does so. Steve Hampson it is who kicks off deep down into Salford territory. Salford playing very well this season, of course, a difficult side to beat, and they've shown in the first half tremendous resilience in their defence and one or two inspiring movements in attack. With Paul Shaw, the number 6, the inspiration of one or two splendid movements. And this man, Peter Brown, doing what Lydon did in that first half, punching the ball downfield, but that's well taken there by Hampson. As ever, he's looked very secure at the back. One of the finest takers of a rugby ball in rugby league. Shelford early into the action, trying to drive through, but a good tackle from the hooker. Great ball from Edwards to Hanley. Hanley finds Bell. Bell can't get round Bentley though, but finds Lydon. Lydon steps inside Shaw. Good play from Wigan in the first minute of this second half. And Edwards finds a great ball out on this side again. So two beautiful bits of distribution. Platt is looking for Tony Arrow. Tony Arrow takes the tackle of Peter Williams. But inspirational play from Wigan, and they're still in possession on the last ball, and that will be back to 1 as Platt recovers. Wigan still in possession, and that perhaps a mistake by Salford as Lucas moves that ball out wide. And Hanley spots the gap, and he's strong, but Herbert just managed to hold on to that jersey. And Hanley plays it to himself, and again drives forward. Powerful play from the loose forward. Penalty, says Mr. Allett. Adrian Shelford it was who got involved by the looks of it with Mark Moran. Moran reacted as if he'd been hit by the heavyweight champion of the world. He's now looking all right. He certainly seems to have the ability to recover miraculously from several bouts from the opposition, and that certainly was one of them. As Brown finds touch on that right hand side for Salford, so a chance gone for Wigan there as they built up some pressure in the Salford 25. Good defence from Dermot and Platt there. There's an eagerness about Hanley's play we can see already. Quickly up in the tackle there, and that is a knock on. Lost in the tackle, says referee Kevin Allett. Ian Gormley not happy with the decision, but that's not going to bother Mr. Allett. Gregory, who had a limp early in the first half, seems to have recovered well. Feeds the ball. Plan move from Wigan. There's Bell coming across from that far side, but Shaw recovered well, and Jones finishes off the tackle. Kevin Ira slips just a little bit of grease on top of this surface here as he tries to sidestep into the gap. Wigan moving it to their power players, hitting the gap. That was Shelford. Gregory dummies and finds Platt. That went backwards, it would seem. It's play on, is it? Indeed it is. Has that gone forward? No, carry on with play. As Hampson shrugs off Horrow. So running across field, and Jones it was who made the tackle. Wigan in some sort of a disarray as Bentley moves in quickly, but still Gregory gets the ball away. And Platt finds Joe Lydon. Lydon tries to go around Evans on the last tackle. Wigan looking in a bit of disarray there, but managing to get the ball away and still moving the ball as Gregory kicks over the top. Hadley recovers, and Salford have possession. So already in this first few minutes of this half, we've seen some brilliant play from both sides, but most particularly from Wigan, as they move that ball through several pairs of hands. Worrell running across field, manages to offload that ball to Gormley, and Williams coming into the line on one of the few occasions we've seen him really linking wide out and making any sort of penetration from the back. And this is where I think Salford will have missed Steve Gibson. That's a beautiful ball to Paul Shaw. He finds Bentley. Lydon comes in well from the wing. Good play by Salford, but good defence from Wigan. The Shaw again finds play, but that ball lost by David Cairns, and Edwards quickly recovers. Goodway drives away. He's made one or two strong runs in that first half and nearly gets away from Worrell's tackle there. Again Shelford hitting the gap, looking for support. He finds Hanley. Hanley finds Iro, but good defence from Horrow, his New Zealand counterpart. Already Wigan showing that they mean business. They're going to move that ball wide as the 2 second rows link. Bell takes the pass. That was forward, says referee Allard. So Wigan really stretching this Salford side, moving the ball wide on the right hand side and then again on the left. But that was the forward pass. That's going to be a scrum down. Referee Allard not happy about where the scrummage is formed. He's asking Salford to get on the mark. Cairns feeds. That's won by him as he drifts across and brings Shaw inside. Platt out quickly, but Shaw gets the ball away. And Bentley showing pace. There's an overlap on this left-hand side for Salford. But Williams passes inside to Jones, and Jones finds Bentley again. Good interplay. That's a penalty. A penalty for a high tackle by Adrian Shelford. I would think that's going to be a chance for Peter Brown and Salford to claw back 2 points. So the distance perhaps 27 yards, just outside the 25, and again directly in front of the post. He's kicked one over already. That looks high. That's good. That's wide. That's wide. What a let off for Wigan. But Brown has missed 2 kicks out of 3, and certainly they have not been difficult. Wigan still leading then by 8 points to 3. We've had just about 8 minutes play in this second half. What an exciting final this is. Salford certainly no easy meet for Wigan. And here's one man, Williams, who's played well in that first half, but no go there as Hanley and Edwards make that tackle. And Gormley has pace for a second row forward, and he certainly went round Kevin Iro then. Lucas meets Worrell in the tackle. Good aggressive play from the number 8, and Hanley comes in to support. Cairns has been content to distribute most of the game there. He tried to go on his own, then he offloaded. The ball went down. We're having a substitution now by the looks of it on the Wigan side. The number 8 is up. That means Ian Lucas is going to come off the field. Dennis Betts will come on, and it looks like Andy Goodway is going up into the front row. Hanley takes that ball at the back of the scrum. Bell finds Edwards. Hampson comes on the dummy. Edwards finds Lydon inside. Wigan keeping it alive, but a good tackle from Paul Shaw. Cuts the play. Dean Bell driving through. The dummy with Dennis Betts. And there's Goodway driving forward, looking to offload, but too many Salford defenders there. Edwards and Gregory work the run around and miss move on to Hanley. Hampson comes in the line, but that ball just not quite going to hand. A little bit low for Steve Hampson. as he tried to take that ball at top pace. The knock on. Penalty for offside, says Mr. Allard. Somebody opening his mouth, that's another 10. So a slight bit of indiscipline there, and that meant that Brown has punched that ball to within 10 yards of the Wigan line. Chance now for Salford to set up an attack and for Wigan to defend. Platt meets Steve Herbert, almost takes the ball off him. Dermot finishes the tackle off as Peter Brown drives forward. A great tackle from Dennis Betts. His first tackle as he comes on the field as substitute. As Salford work the move, McMorran it is who finds the gap. There's an overlap on the right hand side. Tex Evans is strong, he'll score. There's beautiful distribution out on the right hand side for Salford. Evans took that ball superbly, and the Wigan got back in numbers. Evans, just 5 yards from the line, was too strong for that cover, and he goes over to put Salford within 1 point of Wigan. The score, Wigan 8, Salford 7. So Peter Brown has been replaced, it would seem. No, in fact, it is still Brown who's kicking from that far side. He's missed 2 out of 3 already. Here's a chance for him to get the 2 points. He'll put Salford in the lead. That's high. That looks good. Oh, it hit the post and bounced out. So Wigan still just leading by 1 point in this Lancashire Cup final. Wigan 8, Salford 7. The excitement mounts here. Both crowds getting behind their teams. Tremendous atmosphere now building up at Knowsley Road. The scores couldn't be really any closer. And the chant from the Salford fans, and Wigan counteract with their Wigan chant as Hampson kicks deep into the Salford 25. Evans, the try scorer, runs it out. He may not be the prettiest of players, Tex Evans, but certainly strong and aggressive. And it took aggression there for him to score that try. Salford keeping that ball alive, and it's only good defence from Wigan that prevents them from making any real forward progress. And there, hobbling away, is Adrian Shelford, number 10, so that would be a sad blow if he is badly injured. As Hampson takes the ball superbly back inside the 25. A chance for them to recover now as Dean Bell takes it across the field. And Dermot going away from Matty halfback. Good yardage gain from him then. Gregory hits the gap on that left hand side. There's still a slight disorganisation there, and Gregory looking injured in that tackle. As Lydon once more pumps that ball downfield. That's going to bounce into the in-goal area, but it's going to go dead. So that's going to be a tap on the 25 for Salford. So with Shelford limping and Gregory limping, it's not looking too brilliant for the Wigan side at the moment. But Shelford carrying on, he's looking a little bit better now. As Salford try through Mark Horrow. Shaw, who's been involved in so much play, finds the gap. Hampson covers across. Shaw dummies though, all the momentum's lost, but up comes Peter Brown. Wigan are back in numbers though. Great defence from Wigan. Shaw perhaps took the wrong option in coming backwards there. But a fine break from the Aussie number 6. That looks a good kick. That's bounced infield. Goodway got back superbly and with all that power, but then loses the ball. So after great play, it's then offside, says Mr. Allard, from the knock forward. So a rather strange decision, but factual one. Good way threw the ball forward. Wigan were offside in front of him, so that's a penalty. Although the ball was picked up by Steve Herbert, the number 8. In making the tackle, Wigan were offside. A chance again for Peter Brown to put Salford in the lead. So the kick just inside the 25. That's the distance and that's the angle. And this would put Salford in the lead by just 1 point. Peter Brown, the New Zealander, right-footed, kicks that one. That's over. Big cheer from the Salford supporters. It means they're in the lead. We've had just over a quarter of an hour's play in this second half. And Salford are leading Wigan by 9 points to 8. Steve Hampson kicks off right-footed down deep again in Salford's 25. Horrow runs it out stronger though. A good yardage gain for Salford by the loose forward as Evans takes the pressure off the forwards and comes midfield. Brown drives it on the third tackle. Hampson comes across. Another superb take from the Great Britain fullback. Gets play almost to the halfway line. As Lydon tries to step and find the gap. But good Salford defensive alignment there as Dermot again breaks away from acting halfback. So will Wigan, in the form of Dennis Betts, make some powerful play forward as the halfbacks are involved? And there, another good ball to Bell, but it went backwards, it would seem. And Wigan still keep possession. Hampson sidesteps, tries to find the gap. Platt was running into the gap, but unable to get the pass with Steve Hampson. As Gregory puts a fine kick down that left-hand side. Edwards up chasing. Williams in good position, and Wigan looking perhaps a little bit tired. That looked a high tackle, but certainly a fair one, says Mr. Allett. No. He hasn't signalled any penalty offence, so Williams takes the tackle. Perhaps again a bit of play acting. That might have won Salford a couple of penalties early in the game. But Williams certainly looks to have had no ill effects from that tackle from Bell. Shaw, who made that fine break earlier on, elusive. Number 6 for Salford. Brown, the kicker, again finds Hampson. Hampson takes well once more, but he's on his own. Change of pace, almost gets past Horrow. Horrow recovers again as Hampson gets out of the tackle. And Shelford looking to have recovered, he does. Offload that ball, Bell sells the dummy, finds Gregory inside. Good interplay from Wigan. But the Salford defence holding out. Penetration at a premium here. And here's one man who can make it, Hanley. And he presses that ball inside to Platt. Platt onto Edwards. Again, good juggling, good play, good distribution from Wigan. Can they keep the momentum alive? Keep that ball alive? And test this Salford defence. Still keeping the ball moving. Platt hits the gap, finds his second up on a good way. He finds Arrow, but Arrow knocks it down. The ball goes forward. A chance for Tony Arrow, but the ball goes dead. Good play on this right-hand side, again by Wigan, but that's going to be a tap on the 25. Salford driving it out through Steve Herbert. Both sides making this ball alive as often as possible. They're offloading in the tackle. And although defence has been good on both sides, because people are prepared to move the ball around. There have been gaps made, and there's one man, Williams, who's shown some trend as he pushes off Kevin Iro. Bell gets across. He beats Bell though. Still too many Wigan players back now. A fine run from Peter Williams there, testing that Wigan defence, but they're back in numbers now. Goodway and Tony Arrow making that tackle. Hampson goes down on the loose ball. Brown it was who kicked through, appealing for the obstruction, but no penalty given. Shelford, powerful run from him. Gregory hanging on there with Platt running into the gap outside him. Too many Salford defenders for Dennis Betts there. Last tackle we're on now. The ball goes back to Lydon. Lydon again, right-footed, pumps that ball upfield. Hadley and Williams going back. Hadley it is who picks it up, but he slips on the greasy surface. Betts and Platt quickly in the tackle then, and certainly Wigan on their toes now in defence. Williams has taken a knock. Referee Allett is saying, I want the ball. He stops the clock, in fact, so there is some time to be added on in this second half. We've had almost 23 minutes play here. Salford just leading by that 1 point, and both sides looking very dangerous in attack. It's been good defence which has held the opposition out on both occasions. Shane Horrow takes over the play of the ball as Williams still receives treatment, and that's a fine kick as Shaw goes back, and he's got pace, but there's nobody with him. Hadley eventually gets there. Gregory and Iro recover. Good play from Salford again. It is only desperate defence from Wigan which has held them out. In the 25, Cairns outside on that far side. There looks to be an overlap, but Platt gets in quickly and makes the tackle on Bentley. Back to one, says referee Allett. So a chance for Salford here to build up the pressure. Gormley goes on his own. He's strong and powerful, and only good tackling is going to help here. Still 3 tackles left. Salford building the pressure up. Cairns finds Shaw. Shaw tries to get round Goodway and gets out of the tackle. He's looking ever so strong as the number 6 and so dangerous in play. Bentley looking for the gap, finds Worrell. Worrell looking for Evans, but again good defence from Wigan. Here's a test of their character now. They did it against Widnes, now they've got to do it against Salford. Cairns tries the drop goal, that hits the post, but that's a penalty for obstruction crossing, says Mr. Allett. A relief for Wigan. Fine play from Salford, but great defence from Wigan. Lydon pumps that ball once more upfield. That right foot of his has pushed the ball downfield once again. Dermott takes the tap, the drive from Shelford. It's going to be a test of fitness and stamina in the dying sections of this game. We've had 25 minutes played, we've got quarter of an hour left. And Wigan trying to turn on the magic as Hanley runs across field and straightens up, looking for support. Dangerous as ever. He plays the ball to himself and drives forward once more. A good 30 yards gained within 2 tackles from Ellery Hanley. Wigan looking for the gap. Bence finds it. Pass the ball down to Edwards. Edwards dribbling forward, but Bentley gets back there and kicks the ball dead. Great play from Wigan, just foiled by the pass as it went to the floor. Edwards showed footballing ability. Bentley just got back to kick it dead. A chance now for Wigan as the crowd urged them on to keep the pressure on this Salford team. Peter Brown drops out deep. That's Hampson's as he takes it inside his own half. Running the ball back at the opposition. Platt drives away. Andy Platt drives for the attack. Andy Platt goes. Great play from the second row forward. Wigan attacking. Dermot goes close. 5 yards short. The overlap's on the right. The move is on. Gregory takes the ball. Betts is in the gap. Misses out Gregory. On to Kevin Arrow. Kevin Arrow tries to push the players off. Keeps the ball going. Out to Hanley. Hanley tackled well by Hadley. Great play here by Wigan. Salford's defence at full stretch. Gregory does the dummy. Finds Shelford. Shelford will score. Great play from Wigan. The pressure was on the right hand side. Gregory was who stepped back inside, found the gap, and there was Adrian Shelford in support. The big number 10 drove over. That puts Wigan back into the lead. They're winning by 12 points to 9. So Kevin Arrow lines up this kick. This would stretch the lead to 5 points. That could be a crucial difference with just over 13 minutes left for play. And certainly his kicking has been on the mark so far. Composes himself. 3 or 4 paces. Leisurely approach, good follow through. That's good. That's wide, just drifting across on the left hand side. The crowd were up, they thought it was going over, but it drifted left and went past that left hand post. We're going to have a substitution on the Salford flag. Peter Williams it is who's going to come off the field. This will be some rearranging by Salford. Williams is carried off. David Cairns also comes off the field. You see Peter Williams being helped off the field here now by the physio. In fact, we've got number 15, Ian Blease, on the field. As Arrow takes that ball. Tony Arrow running strong and aggressive. Perhaps Wigan have got their tails up as they set the play forward again through Platt. Patrick Moores, who made that initial break to set the motion up, to set the play up near the Salford line. It's Gregory who made that last try. Again burst forward. Wigan in full flow perhaps now. Goodway takes the run around. Finds Shelford, the try scorer. Wigan again, move it wide. Dennis Betts, he's got pace, he's got strength. He's going past Adrian Hadley. He finds Arrow inside. Arrow scores in the corner. What a marvellous try for Wigan. Dennis Betts, who came on as a substitute, took that ball in the gap. He almost outpaced Hadley, but as Hadley got back to cover, there inside was the supporting Arrow, and he went over in the corner. Another marvellous try for Wigan. With Kevin Arrow once again lining up the kick. From this right hand side, it's just a couple of yards in from the touchline, as you can see. A difficult kick for the right-footed kicker, but he's certainly got the power to kick it over. And that just goes wide on the right hand side, far too far. Unfortunately, I think he tried to allow for the swerve of the ball, but too much allowance on that occasion. But 16 points to 9, Wigan in the lead as we enter the last 10 minutes of this game. Mick Worrell kicking off for Salford. Hampson hands on to Dennis Betts. Betts showing the strength and pace which led to that last try. Goodway, also powerful, also strong. Shelford standing 2 out, drives in. Good aggressive play, but Peter Brown and Steve Herbert making the tackle as Edwards runs away from acting halfback. Tries to offload, but good tackling from Mark Horrell. Gregory looking for the runners, finds Platt. Again, a pick by the ball from Andy Platt. But that's a bad pass from Andy Gregory and goes into touch. Wigan a little bit flat there perhaps on that occasion, on the last tackle. So it's going to be a play the ball. And Ian Blease it is, plays the ball. Cairns drifting across field. There's certainly no way forward for Salford that way as in the tackle is picked up by Hanley. Hanley onto Platt. But Shaw, who's had a fine game for Salford, tackles Andy Platt. Betts straightens off that left foot. Makes good yardage. Dermot again driving away from acting halfback, as he's done 2 or 3 times in this second half. Pushing the Salford defence backwards. Platt trying to get that ball away, but too many Salford hands on it. Wigan now on the wide out play, set up the planned move as the run around comes between the 2 halfbacks. Well spotted by Ian Gormley. Edwards kicks on the last one, that's high. As Hanley comes up, and a great tackle from Hanley, that's going to be a try for Dean Bell. A try it is. Pressure from the fine kick by Sean Edwards. As the ball went up in the air, Hanley was who went up with Hampson, the ball popped down. Dean Bell followed up, dribbled the ball over the line and bounced on it. Kevin Iro lines up possibly the easiest kick of the afternoon, straight in front of the posts, right-footed, no problem, that's over. Wigan now winning by 22 points to 9, and surely with just 6 minutes left for play, the Lancashire Cup is going to go back to Central Park. Plays the ball back. Tempers perhaps getting a little bit over the top here, as Ian Gormley goes aggressively into the tackle. Edwards kicks through, but that's probably gone too far, and Jones, playing at fullback for the injured Peter Williams, takes the ball well and makes yardage forward. Mick McTeague, who's come on for Mark Horrell, the loose forward, so he's slotted in straight away at loose forward, and he drives the ball himself to the Wigan 25. Salford, who played some great rugby, and there's an example of it as Ian Blease goes forward, he kicks it ahead, but that ball went dead. It's going to be a penalty, says Mr. Allard, for obstruction after the kick, and we've got a substitution on the Wigan side. Lydon it is, who's coming off the field, and Jed Byrne will come on. Well, Lydon gets off the field, Byrne comes on. The penalty's taken by Salford. And Salford moved the ball wide from the first tap, but Bentley's got nowhere to go. He has to run across field, and although he's got pace, they're not so sure that he's going to get round everybody. And there, a fine tackle from Iro on Adrian Hadley. Certainly Tony Iro has had no problems with the former Welsh winger Adrian Hadley this afternoon. Just 4 minutes left for play. Salford trying to desperately get something out of this game. They put so much into it, but they're losing by 22 points to 9, and surely that's a gap which they can't improve on. That's taken by Hampson behind the line, and automatically, if that ball is taken behind the line, it's a tap on the 22. Goodway quickly takes the tap. There's Hanley. Hanley in space. Dummies to McTeague. Finds Goodway inside, but Goodway knocks on, and Salford recover and get possession on the right hand side. So the play fluctuating from left to right as Bentley comes in field, sidesteps Hampson. Marvellous try from Keith Bentley. Good play from Salford as Goodway lost the ball on this right hand side. The ball was switched out quickly. Bentley had the overlap. Bentley showed pace. He stepped inside Hampson, he covered across the field, And he scores on that right-hand side. Well, Peter Brown lands his kick up. That looks high, but it's drifted across the face of the posts. So the score, with just 2 minutes left for play, is Wigan leading in this Lancashire Cup final by 22 points to 13. And that 9-point margin is surely going to be too much for Salford to close. And the Lancashire Cup will go back to Central Park once more for the 19th occasion. Deep kick, pushing Salford back in their own 25. And I'm sure Coach Graham Law will want Wigan to keep the score as it is at the moment and get his players to defend as Gerard Byrne and Dennis Betts, the two substitutes, quickly into the tackle there. Salford will attempt to move that ball on every opportunity, I'm sure. They've played some sparkling rugby. They've played a major part in the game today. It's been an excellent final. And there's one man, Paul Shaw, who's contributed greatly to it. Cairns runs across field. Nearly an interception there from Gerard Byrne as he comes in field. And eventually gets hold of Ian Blease. So Andy Gregory has to come in and finish it off. Last tackle. Ken Jones back there in trouble, but right-footed up. That's a good kick. Tony Ira goes back. Takes the ball and takes the tackle. But is infield, says the touch judge. Must have just touched that line, so that's going to be a scrum. And it's also going to be Salford's feed as we approach injury time in the second half. Wigan leading, Cairns feeding the scrum. He drifts across field, Hanley gets out quickly. That's offside again. Not the 5 yards back. Cairns takes the quick tap, goes on his own and finds his partner Shaw. That's a great ball to Evans, but Kevin Ira, playing on the wing, makes a fine tackle. And McTeague has to recover the ball as it goes to the floor. Peter Brown looks for the overlap. Great ball out there, but another tackle from Byrne as Hadley takes the ball. Good defence from Wigan here in the closing stages, in injury time, in this Lancashire Cup final. Peter Brown, he's not made a great deal of penetration, but he gets the ball away there for Herbert to score. But desperately close to forward as Peter Brown drove in, got the ball away in the tackle. Steve Herbert, his number 8 and front row partner, took the ball well and dives over for a try on the left-hand side. Well, we've played almost 2 minutes of injury time here at Knowsley Road. Here's Peter Brown lining up this kick. If this goes over, it's 3 points the margin, but he pulls it wide. The score in injury time, 22-17 to Wigan. 5 points the difference. There goes the hooter. The Lancashire Cup has gone once more to Wigan. They've won this game. Salford have contributed greatly to a fine match. A wonderful exhibition of rugby on both sides. But Wigan the winners by that 5-point margin of 22 points to 17. How close was Ray French early on when he said it was going to be tight? He said Wigan would win, he thought. But 19-12 was his prediction, and certainly 22-17. Well, not too far away from it. And as Wigan's Sean Edwards leads his side up the steps to collect the Lancashire Cup. His sponsors, Grunhaler Lager. There is the cup. Edwards holds it aloft. The crowd salute this great Wigan side, this great Wigan victory. And we can see the players. There's Steve Hampson, number 1, getting his trophy. He's holding the cup aloft now. All the players in turn getting hold of that trophy. Joe Lydon, whose towering kicks in that first half pushed Salford back towards their own line. Tony Iro, powerful and strong on the right wing. Dean Bell. Ian Lucas, strong game at number 8. And Gerard Byrne and Dennis Betts, the two substitutes. Dennis, of course, who made that wonderful try on the right-hand side. Andy Platt had a powerful, strong game. Gerard Byrne, Andy Gregory, what a great little try he was. And he set that try up for Adrian Shelford, and also the one on the right-hand side in the first half, scored by Kevin Iro. And that's all the Salford players, Ellery Hanley and Adrian Shelford, coming down those steps. Well, Sean, great to win again.
Yeah, it's nice to win any trophy. You know, especially Lancashire Cup. We've won it for the past 4 years now, and even though I don't think we played to our true potential today, it's very nice to say that when you're not at your best, you still win, especially a major trophy.
Well, Salford certainly gave you a game, and they played very well themselves.
Yeah, like I said, I thought Salford probably played above themselves. Yet we didn't play to our full potential. Yet we still beat them. You know, which is what we came here for, just to win.
And of course, you think then that perhaps there's some more trophies to come to Central Park this season?
Well, obviously the other trophies are probably a bit harder to win with the Yorkshire teams being in, but I'm quite sure we can build on this. Hopefully we keep injury free, you know, we can get back to our top form.
Well, another great day for Wigan, and what a fantastic support Wigan had today from the crowd. With me, I've got Maurice Lindsay. That certainly was tremendous support once again, Maurice, from your spectators.
Without a doubt, absolutely magnificent, Alan. They've never ever let us down. Even when we've had injuries during that spell when we had to travel to Leeds and we had the 4 people in New Zealand plus lots of injuries, they maintained their faith. They understood. They themselves are professionals, the people on the terraces. The people in Wigan, very knowledgeable, very supportive. And I'd like to say a real big thank you to everyone. You've stood by us, and hopefully we've given you the 4th Lancashire Cup on the trot. Thank you.
Don't forget, next Saturday at Central Park, we've got the fireworks extravaganza, so let's see you there.